Buckle up, because this isn't your typical courtroom drama. We're talking felony arson, meth near a school, and a near-disastrous explosion that could have leveled a shopping strip. In today's hearing with Judge Middleton, we meet Caden, a homeless man now facing some of the most serious charges we've seen in recent months. The judge himself says this case makes the hair on his neck stand up, and that's not an exaggeration. But here's the twist. There's video evidence, meth in the mix, and a bizarre fire-starting spree that could have ended far worse than it did. 1. Did the defendant open with an insult toward the judge's ponytail? You decide. Stick around because this case spirals fast. Let's get into it.
Good afternoon, sir. Are you Caden Hasselkuss?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Judge Middleton, and Mr. Wescombe from the Public Defender's Office wants an opportunity to speak with you before I start this arraignment. So let me set up a breakout room and let the two of you go into it. All right, just click join. All right, let's take another crack at this. This is file number 242307FY, People versus Caden D. Hasselkuss. Mr. Hasselkuss was here earlier.
Here's where things take a serious turn. Hasselkuss isn't just facing a simple misdemeanor. We're looking at felony charges with prison time reaching up to 20 years. And that's just one count. Possession of butane with intent to destroy. Property is no joke, especially when that property belongs to a nonprofit like Goodwill. And it doesn't stop there. Meth near a school zone adds another 20-year felony, making this a stacked case with real consequences. What would drive someone to go this far? Let us know in the comments. Does this feel like desperation, recklessness, or something deeper?
This month on a Disturbing the Peace, these charges are significantly more serious. It's alleged that on or about December 20th in the city of Three Rivers, did carry or possess butane, an explosive or combustible substance, with the intent to damage or destroy property without permission of the property owner, and did damage property belonging to Goodwill Industries. It's a felony punishable by up to 20 years imprisonment and a fine of up to $15,000.
Your Honor, that was on December 29th.
Oh, December 29th. Yes, I'm sorry. Count 2, did, being a person 18 years or older, possess methamphetamine within 1,000 feet of a school, which is a 20-year felony. I have not seen that charged this year, I don't think. Count 3, arson, preparation to burn. Did arrange, place, devise, or distribute an inflammable, combustible, or explosive material, liquid, substance, or device at or near.
This is where the danger becomes clear. Preparation to commit arson, and not just any arson. Hasselkuss allegedly placed flammable materials near a major building. Arson of property valued over $20,000 upgrades the charge and the risk. Think about this. A single spark could have taken out entire businesses and endangered lives. The intent behind these actions isn't just criminal, it's chilling. You ever wonder what pushes someone to stack skids and light them up next to a truck? Was this a cry for help or something more sinister?
Goodwill Industries with the intent to commit arson of property having a value of $20,000 or more. Officers were dispatched to a large fire behind the Goodwill store. And there's video of someone they believe to be you. Wow, setting this fire.
Video evidence always shifts the game. Officers say they've got footage of Hasselkuss setting the fire, and let's be honest, if the camera sees you do it, you're already in deep water. But here's the kicker. While video is strong evidence, it also opens the door to challenges. Was it authenticated? Is the timestamp accurate? Defense attorneys live for picking apart this kind of footage. Do you think video should always be considered definitive proof? Are there too many ways to manipulate it?
Damaging a truck. you had some methamphetamine in your possession when they arrested you. Mr. Hasselkuss, are you on bond in any other jurisdiction?
We are,
Elkhart?
did you say St. Joe?
Saint, all right. Are you still homeless?
Yeah,
And you said you're on bond from where?
St. Joe.
I don't think he is. The only case that I'm showing is the one that
He owes money on.
Right.
Well, then the praxis is not right. All right. Ms. Deborah Davis, the soon-to-be prosecutor, is here. She wanted to give input on this. Ms. Davis?
Right, I've been in contact with Rivers Police Department, who have been investigating this issue, and they are very concerned about the safety of the community with this individual. Most recently, at the beginning of December, he was charged with using a baseball bat to hit the backside of a car of an individual. That was the case that he came in and ended up pleading to disturbing the peace. Didn't really have a great explanation for why he did that. I thought they were laughing at him or talking about him or something.
Yes.
And, I had some concerns about him at that point. So when this came in and we start looking at the details, this could have been extremely serious as far as but for the security company from one of the neighboring businesses having a good.
This is where the prosecutor drops the hammer. Not only was Hastelkus allegedly caught with meth near an elementary school, he also tried to swallow it in the back of a police car. And earlier in the month, he allegedly smashed someone's car. With a baseball bat, the prosecution paints a picture of someone spiraling fast, posing a serious danger to the community. Now here's a tough question for you. Should homelessness and mental health struggles influence how we judge crimes like this, or does public safety take absolute priority?
Monitoring system that an individual called in from Detroit directly to the fire department, and the fire department was able to get dispatched out there much more quickly than usual and get it under control. But the butane that he is alleged to have used and admitted to using, and burning these pallets that were up next to the building, creates a very dangerous situation for the community and for all the firefighters and personnel that need to be out there to take care of that. He didn't really have any qualms about telling the officers that he had done it, didn't really have a reason, which is concerning. And then the methamphetamine being at the soup kitchen where he was found within about 500 feet of Ruth Hoppen Elementary. And he didn't mention anything about having that. It was then found on his person when he was threatening to swallow it in the police car. I think he's got some pretty significant issues going on right now. And the fact that he is homeless, doesn't have anywhere to go, and this is the second crime that he's committed in this month, I think for public safety reasons and to ensure that he appears and is clean and sober for the proceedings, I would ask that the court set a high bond, no 10% option, and that he be outfitted with the GPS monitor. Thank you.
Mr. Westcomb, anything you wish to add?
Yes, Your Honor. Given all the things that the prosecutor has mentioned about these charges, they are severe charges, and I would just like the court to consider the fact that the defendant here is homeless and has access to very limited amounts of resources, and to consider his lack of resources when setting bond. Thank you.
Judge Middleton doesn't hold back. His words, "This is frightening." You can tell this isn't just another day on the bench. The judge recounts how close the town came to disaster. One more flame, one more minute, and they lost a whole strip mall. What's more, Middleton reflects on how maybe he should have done more during Hastelkus's earlier court appearance. That moment of judicial reflection, rare and raw. Do you think the judge let him off too easy the first time? Could this whole event have been prevented?
Thank you. Mr. Hasselkuss, I dealt with you earlier this month, that incident where you broke the taillight out of that car with a bat because you thought people were laughing at you. Maybe they were, I don't know. But anyway, it was upsetting to you. And I could tell at that point that there were some mental health issues, but I didn't really delve into it. I just let you out of jail and gave you a fine and time to pay it. Maybe it needed more attention than that. This is scary and frightening and makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. According to the video, you stacked those skids or pallets up there, put stuff on it, lit it with a butane torch, and caught a semi on fire that burned up, doing substantial damage. And only because of somebody else's security, that whole strip mall would have burned up all the way down to probably Bigby Coffee. That would have been the biggest fire in Three Rivers in the last 100 years. We're going to need to get some probably mental health involvement here, but this is very frightening. There's no reason for it. Great risk of public harm. And I'm going to set bond.
A $100,000 bond, no 10% option. That's huge. Essentially, the judge is saying you're not getting out unless you pay the full amount. It's a clear message. This isn't just about punishment. It's about protecting the public. And given Hastelkuss's lack of resources, this is as close to a guaranteed pretrial detention as it gets. If you were the judge, would you have handled this the same way? Or would you have weighed his mental health more heavily?
At $100,000 cash or surety, the public safety implications of this case are very large. As a practical matter, as Mr. Wescombe said, you don't have very many resources, but I asked you this when I saw you earlier this month. Where are your people? Where's your family?
It's just me.
Where do your parents live? All right. Much as mental illness and a combination of both, but there's a great public safety risk. So I'm going to set the bond conditions at no drugs and no alcohol, no weapons, no assaulty behavior, and pretrial supervision, including GPS tether, if you do bond out, which is not likely. But that's by for your safety and the safety of the public right now, the best place for you to be is where you are. Perhaps there could be some other sort of mental health placement yet to be determined. Anyway, I'm going to appoint an attorney. You essentially admitted everything to the officers. It's probably another category of something that will seem like a good idea at the time, but as we're talking right now, you probably don't even really know why you did this. But we'll try to get to the bottom of it. All right. Good luck, sir.
Yeah.
By now, the picture is clear. This is a person battling mental illness, homelessness, and addictional. The judge brings it full circle. GPS tether, no drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. It's a comprehensive order that prioritizes both safety and, potentially, rehabilitation. But there's no denying the emotional weight. A man alone, no family, no home, just fire, fear, and fentanyl. What do you think the system should do in cases like this, punishment or treatment? This case was a ticking time bomb and, thankfully, no one was hurt, but the implications are huge. From attempted arson near a public strip mall to meth near a school, Hastelkuss now faces multiple felonies that could define the rest of his life. Judge Middleton didn't just set a high bond, he made it clear that this community came dangerously close to disaster. And while there's sympathy for mental health and homelessness, the judge made public safety his top priority. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button. Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. We break down real cases every week, so stay tuned and stay sharp.